Welcome back, you gorgeous people, to your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso, on a Friday morning.
Now, today it is a very special day because Prime Circle's got this thing called Music in Empty Spaces, and the best thing you can do with the empty space is fill it with Ryle.
Which we're doing right now, so we want you engaging with all of that on our Facebook. Hashtag Expresso Show. Riley, what's happening?
Thank you so much, gang. We are live, of course, and doing something special right here from Joburg. And when we talk about the pandemic, we can talk about so many things that we've missed. And what's got to be on the top of that list is, of course, live music and big concerts. And when you take a venue like the Johannesburg Dome, it has not seen foot traffic since the pandemic started, and that's been almost a year. Now, of course, the legends over at Prime Circle, however, have done something about it. Now, we're talking about an epic world-exclusive event. It's called Music in Empty Spaces, and I'm joined by the front man himself. It's Ross Learmonth in the building, of course. Man, it's so good having you. We're doing something special out in your home, bro.
Yeah,
Thank
man,
you.
I think it's a dream. I woke up and espressos in my house. It's amazing. Yeah, thanks.
And it might feel like a dream because it's so early as well, right?
Exactly, yeah.
But listen, man, so excited. We're going to be jamming with you a whole day. But I got to ask you first off, how was the pandemic for you? I mean, obviously a struggle, obviously a lot of challenges. And how did you stay in touch with your fans?
It was crazy. It was kind of like in the beginning, it was like a break that we took wholeheartedly. We said, that's fine, we'll take the break. And it was amazing to be with family. It brought everyone closer together, their families. I think some of the guys haven't even seen their kids for birthdays, in 18 years.
Yeah.
So it's been crazy. And then, it just started getting harder and harder the longer it went. So I think it was really tricky. So, and I think the whole music industry, every industry suffered. And it was really scary. They touch and go a couple of times.
Can you imagine? And of course, playing in live spaces is one of the things that you absolutely love. So creativity was forced during the lockdown, of course. And I mean, I would imagine something like this crazy event we're talking about. You're doing an event at the Dome, one of the biggest event spaces in South Africa, which has seen so many superstars. What was the idea behind having this event there, having no one around, but streaming it? What was the thought process behind it?
Slight madness. I think people might say, that's a great idea. People might say, it's the worst idea I've ever heard in my life. But we wanted the Dome is a big... it's got a big history with us. Is where we sort of carved our names in history when we opened up for live on the Birds of Prey tour, and that changed our lives. After that show, we were touring, and we started touring for the next 16 years hard because of that echo. And we sort of thought, wow, that's kind of a cool thing, and we got the opportunity to play at the Dome. And we took it. We just said, well, when we walked in, there was dust on the floor like this.
A year's worth of dust.
A year's worth of dust. And it was just amazing to be in that room, in that space, and be able to see the guys again. And we'd done a couple of shows up until, but nothing like this. And we wanted to we brought back the sound guys, the lighting guys, the flamethrowers, and we threw everything at this. So it was really like playing a massive show, just the crowd was invisible.
But I'm sure the crowd isn't going to be invisible because, of course, you are live streaming the event, which we'll chat to you about in a second. But I want to chat more about the music in the show, of course. It's so cool to see. Soundies are back, the crew's back, we've got a live performance, and we've even got some live new music too. So there's a song that I heard you guys performing earlier and practicing behind the scenes called Innocence, which is something that I believe is also going to be available on the stream. So talk to me about it, because the lyrics powerful. There seems to be a lot of meaning behind it. Where was the inspiration for that?
It was writing. When I'm trying to write some lyrics and stuff, like when the band's in a room, I always try and write songs off an album. So you've got like strong songs, and then you keep writing songs to try and knock those strong songs off. It's a kind of...
you just step it up every single song.
Stepping it up every time. Like, oh, that one's really nice. I'm going to kill it today. And Innocence was one of the songs written to try and replace Pretty Like the Sun. And I was trying so hard, and they both ended up making the album. But Innocence is a song about sort of like how we sometimes can lose ourselves to the fact that we get caught up in being too cynical, and sometimes those beautiful moments of just being so innocent about things, there's nothing wrong with that, you don't have to be somebody else to be beautiful.
More of that. Oh, I love that message. Now look, let's get back to the music, of course, and you've started the show already. I believe it started at the 1st of March or the last day of Feb, and fans have already been rolling in. You mentioned smoke, flames, lasers, lights. I saw a little bit of it, and I think Mzansi's going to get a little bit of taste of it. It looks so cool. I haven't seen this in a while, so I already got that feeling of being in a concert. But what have the fans been saying so far? What's the response been like?
It's been incredible, man. Like, we're seeing people like in Germany and Russia and everything just commenting and saying, oh, there's a lot of new renditions of songs, so they're loving to see the difference. I think that's the thing we wanted to do. We didn't want to just run of the mill all the songs, so we've turned a lot of them on their heads and made them very, very different. So it's nice to see the response from everyone just coming in and going, "Oh, I love that version. Where can we get that version?"
Yeah.
So that's the craziest part. That's really
Oh, man. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Zanzi, we are live. Of course, we're out here in Stanley, and we're chatting to the front man himself, is Ryle de Morny, and we are going to be chatting all things when it comes to music in empty spaces. But before we do, of course, you want to stick around because we're going to be getting perfect live performances right throughout the day and right throughout the show from the band, of course. But if you want to check that streaming out online, then you want to head over to computicket.com and you can get your ticket for 250 Rand, and that's streaming up until the 8th of March. You do not want to miss out on it. If you just heard about what we've been talking about, it is pure magic, and you're going to get a little bit of a teaser on the show right now. And if you're on international, then you can head over to Prime Circle's website and grab a ticket too. But of course, don't go anywhere, Mzansi, because we will be coming back with some magic performances.